Hi.
Hi.
Here's Eddie and I. We just wanted to thank you for all the kind gifts that you've given us this year. It's been a very productive year with all our new solar, and we just hit 10K, so thank you for all that. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I do.
Eddie, you want to look at the camera when you say that?
Yeah, I just really do.
Bye. Eddie, look at the camera and say hello. Okay, wonderful.
Well, I'm here. Yeah, I just want to thank you for all the kind things that you've done for us. We appreciate every comment. I read them sometimes. And yeah.
Okay. All right, goodbye. I love you.
Love you too.
All right, we'll see you later. Come again when you can't stay so long. This is true. Hey guys, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Thursday, October 12th. I'm going to put it up here real quick so you can see. Very overcast today. So yesterday, I don't even know what we ended up bringing in. It wasn't very much. The last I looked, we had brought in 0.2 and 0.3, and that was at 3 in the afternoon. So we really didn't bring in very much. And then today, it's very, very cloudy again, and I just went and looked, and it's almost 5 o'clock now, and we brought in 0.5 and 0.6, so 1.1 kilowatt hours on the day. So solar production, not so good today, but that's okay. I mean, you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. We have a lot of cloudy weather this time of year in New York, and it's definitely cooler. I'm going to show you the leaves. The leaves have been coming down. When we had that rain yesterday all day, they were really coming down. So you can kind of see some leaves on through there, some more over there and stuff like that. But yeah, the leaves have been coming down. They're changing color. Obviously the trees are. And it's weird, like this year we've had a lot more yellows, not as many reds. So it's that's kind of bizarre. It's kind of strange. But like I said, and again, we still have not had a frost up here, which up to this point of the time of the year is definitely surprising. Okay, so I wanted to do a video, and somebody had asked me this question, and I thought it would be a great video to do, so thank you for the idea. Somebody had asked me, they said, okay, S.H.T.F. happens, and you have a pacifist in your group. How do you deal with having a pacifist in your group? Now, realistically, that is going to come down to what else they're bringing to the table, to be honest with you. Like I said, there is just, you know, if you have some people that are just not inclined to, you know, be in that combat type of mode or zone, if you will. But once S.H.T.F. happens, guys, there's going to be so many things that have to be done other than just standing watch, and if you have to, shoot somebody, okay? There's going to be a million other things that have to be done and have to be taken care of. So as long as that person, and this is my opinion only, I mean, it's like I'm just giving you my thoughts on this. As long as that person is willing to do other things as far as, you know, work around the property, you know, helping to do whatever else needs to be done, then they're carrying their weight. You know, maybe they just, because of whatever their views or their beliefs are, they don't want to engage in any kind of combat. Now, you know, if you have 1 or 2 people like that in your group of 30 to 40, you can survive like that. But if you got like half your group like that, you're in trouble, because, you know, you're going to need the numbers just for protection. So, you know, but like I said, you can get by if you got a couple of people like that. I mean, the Amish are not, you know, they're more pacifist as far as that goes and stuff like that. So, you know, I mean, there have been wars where you had people that were pacifists that didn't want to carry a gun and stuff like that. So they made a lot of those people medics, and so they still contributed, but they just didn't contribute in a combat type of situation. And but I'll tell you what, I just, you know, it's a tough call. I mean, it's going to be taken on an individual basis as far as anybody's group goes. But to me, I think you can get around that as long as they're willing, like I said, to work and do other things. You know, maybe they, you know, not comfortable with standing a watch as far as with a weapon, and, you know, being able to shoot somebody if they had to. Well, you know, okay, so, you know, they can, like I said, they can do other things. They can stand the radio watch at night, you know, those type of things. And there's like I said, there's so many other things that those people can do that I think you're going to be fine, you know, as far as that goes. But so okay, so you know, besides talking about that, I wanted to bring this up real quick. So I screwed up the other day, and Paul had made a $100 donation, and I had talked to Legacy, and when I had got her email, she was like, "Yeah, we can do two $50, you know, gift cards." Well, I misunderstood. She was meaning, you know, taking the $100 donation to use for that. But I've already stated that I'm going to do 2 other $50 gift cards. So I'm going to cover the cost of that because it was my mistake. So we're still giving out the 5 prizes. And actually, John Lord also has very graciously said he has a zip drive that has a tremendous amount of information. He's actually already sent this to me as well. And so he's volunteered to give a copy of that to 1 winner as well. So we're actually going to have 6 winners altogether, okay? So, like I said, as far as the 2 $50 gift coupons to Legacy Food, I'm going to cover the cost of that one. Like I said, Paul has graciously donated $100 to do two $50 gift cards, which is going to be given out as well. And then, like I said, Legacy very graciously has donated the 60 meal bucket for lunches and dinners, and that's $185 value. So that's what we're going to do. And plus, like I said, then what John Lord is going to give as well. So we're going to have 6 winners. You guys have until next Wednesday basically to get into the drawing. You know, just go back to the video, make a comment, and you're in the drawing. And so, you know, that's all you got to do to get into the drawing. Now, Joe had mentioned from St. Bernard Acres that I should have the just subscribers are eligible to win. You know, I already basically put it out there, so basically anybody can win at this point. You know, you know, that's just the way I'm going to do it, just because I didn't specify initially about the fact that, you know, it should be just subscribers being the, you know, eligible to win. But like I said, again, you know, you know, it's just like I said, it's my way of showing our appreciation. And like I said, and you know, him doing that, Paul doing that was really nice, and John Lord also, you know, willing to give a copy of that library. And there's a tremendous amount of information, really good information on there. And if any of you guys read some of his comments, he really gets really in depth in his replies, which I appreciate. I freaking love that. I mean, you know, he really puts a lot of thought in his comments, and so that's really cool. And like I said, guys, you know, here's the thing. It's just like, okay, I was having a discussion the other day at work with a couple other nurses, and we were discussing the fact that if you are a nurse and you get to the point where you think you know it all, you're not a good nurse anymore. You can always learn. You can always pick up something new, something that would be easier for you, make your job easier. You know, you got to be willing and open to learning new things. And it's the same thing with you know, living off grid and prepping and all those type of things. Always be willing and open, and don't think you know everything, because none of us know everything. None of us do. You know, we have learned as we've gone, and you know, I've made a ton of mistakes, guys. I've made a ton of mistakes. But the thing is, this is one of the things that I had talked about beforehand. I would rather learn my mistakes now while I can fix them than try to figure it out after an S.H.T.F. and, you know, and then go, oh my God, this isn't going to work, or that's not going to work. So learning now what my mistakes are, what my weaknesses are, what I need to work on, you know, and fix those things, that's important. And it's just, I had some people make comments that had been down in Houston and, you know, in Florida as well with the hurricanes, and they were like, you know, yeah, I need to tweak this or tweak that. You know, take those things and take them for what they are. Take them for the learning experience, excuse me, that they are. And, you know, you got to roll with the punches. You got to go, okay, this is something I need to work on. But be thankful that it's not a worst case where it's the end of the world as we know it. And, you know, now you got to figure it out then. That would be the worst time to have to say, hey, wow, I need to figure this out. I would rather have opportunities now to tweak things. It's just like with the solar system. I mean, I started out with a 12-volt solar system, okay? And from there, we've gone to a 24-volt solar system. And we've done some major upgrades on some stuff, you know, and but that's what you learn. You learn, okay, this is not going to work, or that is going to work. And it's just like I know that, like, with 2,500 watts all summer long, earlier into the spring and later here into the fall, that was more than enough power. I know this time of year, as we get into later fall and into winter, 2,500 watts is not going to be enough to sustain us throughout the winter. So the ultimate goal, and I've said this to before, is to be completely non-dependent on the generator at all. But again, this year we will use a generator. Now I'm going to tell you what, already we have used the generator less already this fall than we did last year. But like I said, again, that's just you willing to work with it, learning, see what works, see what doesn't work. And as more time goes on, like I said, in the spring, I'm probably going to add another 1,000 watts of solar to this system. That's the game plan. And when I do that, it's going to make that much of a difference for what we can do. And I'm just going to keep going from there. And it just takes time. Realistically, guys, that's what it is in a nutshell, is time. And once you get to that point, you're going to be fine. And you just got to be willing to sacrifice in the short term for the gain in the long term. Now, you know, here's something that I wanted to discuss too. Actually, you know what? I'll do that in another video. But I'll do another whole video on that. But anyway, so that's what's going on. We got Mr. Lucy over here. He's a good boy. Yeah. And then we got Mr. Buddy. They're ready to go in because it's cool and it's chilly. So listen, guys, I'm going to jump off of here for now. But I definitely want your thoughts and views on this video as far as having a pacifist in your group in a post-event. What are your thoughts on it? How do you feel about it? So please, you know, do that. Remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every day, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. And the other thing I wanted to say real quick, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to answer all the comments from the giveaway video because there's a freaking ton. I will try, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. I'll probably work on it this weekend. We'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, remember, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're working towards, you know, if you're prepping, you're just starting prepping, whatever you're doing, you work at it methodically and you'll get there. You know, here's the biggest thing that I try to explain to people too. Things you can't control, things that are out of your control, don't worry about them. Because there really is nothing you can do, okay? Control the things that you can control. Can you put up food? Yes. Can you put up water? Yes. Can you get ready in whatever way possible? Absolutely you can, okay? That you have control over. Whatever event that is going to happen, when it happens, we are not going to have any control over it. And even as preppers, we're still going to be like, holy crap, that blindsided me. You just do what you can do, you know? Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. It's a great philosophy. On that note, guys, I'm going to let you go, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.